Hello, and thank you for tuning into my English 112 final presentation. Today I will be talking about sex education and abstinence till marriage, when this should be taught to teenagers or students, when they can take it seriously instead of giggling about it and like actually applying this to their day-to-day lives, when it's their choice and if they decide to abide by these rules or not and these standards in society, and how parents can actually have a role in what their children learn and take away from this, because it is super important and it's something that they should know. But some parents do not believe in their children being educated on this topic because it's something that they shouldn't know about yet, and waiting until marriage is the best option for their children. However, until then, they are up, it's their life, they can make their own choices because they're gonna live it. At the end of the day, what they do is gonna affect them, and it could affect those around them. However, for the most part, it's gonna stick with them for the rest of their lives because it was their choice. But for the most part, sex education is something that is not mainly taught in most states. It is only taught in 24 states, which means 26 states are optional. They can either opt out or they can subsequently teach it, but like not into detail. I don't think that this should be taught to elementary students or middle school students because they're not ready for that yet. They're still into video games and things like that. Some of them might be a bit curious, but I don't think they can physically engage into these things. However, for high schoolers and stuff, I think that this is very beneficial and important to learn, because for juniors and seniors, this is a time where things are starting to change for them, their body, and things like that. And they want to experience these pleasures. However, some of them are not educated on the risks that they face. Some of them think that pregnancy is the only bad thing that can happen to them. But newsflash, STDs are real and they are easily contractable, and they can change your life for the better or for the worse. Better as in teaching you a lesson if it is a curable disease, and for the worst, it being incurable and you living with that for the rest of your life. And it's just something that's really sad, and it happens to millions of people each day, each year. It's genuinely really heartbreaking, but it can be prevented if it is taken seriously whenever it is being taught in school. There are some biased views about abstinence till marriage because religion can be brought into this, and some parents do not want their children being taught this in public schools. But it is very important for their children to learn because, once again, it is their life, it is their body. They can make their own rules with their body, and they can go behind their parents' back because it happens all the time. There are some parents who do not know that their children have engaged in sexual activities, and their child is freaking out because they think that they've contracted something from somebody because they start to notice something weird going on with their body. And I just feel like parents should have the talk with their children too, even before sex education and things come into play too, because what you are taught at home can ultimately affect what you want to bring into your life as well, and take seriously in educational practices as well. Parents are the first source, and they can be the main influence in their children's lives. So giving your child the run through early can possibly help, and also letting them go through the whole experience with sex education in school as well, because this is very beneficial information and this is life-changing in a sense. They teach you how to be safe from contracting STDs, how to be safe from getting pregnant, how to be safe from anything. Like, this is a whole class that teaches you gender identity, things like that. And it's just really important. It's more than sex, and it's a life class. And it's something that should be taken seriously by parents and by students, because anything can happen, and safety and your well-being is more important than making one wrong decision and possibly, ruining your life. Millions of people each day get pregnant unwantedly, or they get STDs, and it's very life-changing for them. So don't be that person. Get educated and take this seriously. Thank you.